I missed you live, but so glad you guys took some time to check it out. What is up to my live crew this morning? Great to see you all this morning, and so glad to have you here. I appreciate you guys coming in to hang out with me on this Thursday morning. Great morning to you, Jackie. Adam, good morning to you. Tracy, great morning to you. Alexis, nice to see you. Kat, great morning to you as well. Brianna, nice to see you. Tasha, what's up, girl? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are amazing, and happy Thursday to you. Cheers, and good morning to you. We're going to have another bit of a straight talk conversation today. We're going to talk about motivation versus intention. And I'm going to share with you one very simple secret that will significantly impact your ability to accomplish your goals. And I promise you, it really is simple. I don't know about you guys in this season, y'all, but every time I get to this season of the year, I get so fired up to get after specific things. Maybe it's just because I can see the finish line of the year, or maybe it's just because we're rapidly approaching money season, the fall season, the harvest time. I don't know what it is, but something about this time of year, I think maybe summer's over and there's a shift in the mindset. And when we get into September, it's just like, it's go time, y'all. So, with all the clients that I work with and all the people that I serve, there's so many of my people that have got, ideas on their mind and goals that they're working to pursue and things that they're trying to accomplish. And I just want to see you step into it. I want to see you step into it. I want to see you unreserved and just aggressively pursuing that thing that the Lord has put on your heart to pursue. So we've been talking this week all about goals. I've unpacked goals from a variety of different angles. We've talked about mini habits last week. We've talked about things that need to change in your life to help you get things out of the way. So today I'm just going to hook you guys up with one very simple secret that will completely transform your ability to pursue and accomplish your goals. So grab your pen, grab your paper, hang tight for just 1 second, and I am going to share this out to the people that will be looking for me this morning. I hope your morning beverage is delicious. I hope the sun is shining in whatever part of the world you are in. And I hope you all are ready to get to work today, because we are going to get to work today. And I'm also thinking, just because of what I'm going to give you today and what I've been giving you all this week, and because I have a very full schedule. Good morning, Shirley. I am not going to broadcast tomorrow. I'm not going to broadcast for a variety of reasons. The primary one is because I have a very important appointment tomorrow morning that I want to give my full focus to. But also, I think at some point in time, you got to stop drinking. You stop pouring water and start absorbing it. You know what I'm saying? If you imagine a glass being full of water, and you fill that whole glass up full of water. Imagine you got a glass that's like 3/4 full. And then I grab a pitcher of water and I start pouring in, and I'm pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring. And what's going to happen? Eventually the cup's going to fill up, and then it's just going to start overflowing. And at the point that it starts overflowing, you don't know whether you're losing the new water or the old water. All you know is that it's spilling over and you're losing some stuff. And so I'm going to stop pouring. At some point in time, you got to stop filling the cup and you got to stop and take a drink of it. So I'm going to challenge you tomorrow to take a drink of it. I'm going to challenge you to stop swallowing and start actually absorbing the stuff that you've been learning this week. For actually the past couple weeks, I've been giving you guys a lot of good stuff. So I'm going to stop pouring on you for a little bit and let you absorb. So I'm not going to broadcast tomorrow for that reason. I don't want to keep pouring new on top of the old and have you lose some of the good stuff that I've been giving you. So that's for tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to challenge you to work. Now listen, y'all. I'm going to be peeking in your windows tomorrow, all right? Because I go live every day at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, 5 a.m. Pacific. You better not sleep in. Put promise in the chat stream. I don't care if you're on the replay too. You better not sleep in. And you better not sit and scroll Facebook. Like, if you get on Facebook, you know what? If I go on Facebook, I'm going to go on Facebook at 8 o'clock. And I'm going to look and I'm going to see who's actually on Facebook. You better not be on Facebook at 8 o'clock, scrolling, wearing off your thumbprints, looking for something else to look at because you don't want to do the work. Nope. Everybody put nope in the chat stream. I got some promises. Now I want some nopes. All right. There will be no social media for you between 8 and 9 Eastern tomorrow morning. There will be work being done. You'll be focused. Turn off your notifications. You know what? I challenge you. I challenge you with this. I challenge you to get up earlier than you would even normally. All right. I challenge you to get up earlier than you would even normally. Celia, what's up, buddy? I haven't even started yet, and I'm already yelling at everybody. I challenge you to get up earlier than you would have even planned to, and you got that whole block of time in the morning, give yourself like 2 or 3 hours just to marinate on something, work on something, and just see how much you can accomplish. All right. It's so good, isn't it? Shirley did that this morning, got up at 3:30. I love it. I was up super early this morning. I got so much work done this morning between the time I got up and 7:30 when I was getting ready for my broadcast. Do it, y'all. All right. So cheers and good morning to you. I hope your morning beverage is delicious. Grab your pen, grab your paper, hang tight. I'll be right back with you. Hold on. All right, y'all, that's who I am. Justin Kaplan Pro is my name. JustinKaplanPro.com is my website. I'm a startup business mentor and a branding strategist that specializes in helping you amazing people turn the gift and passion and ideas and talents that God has given you into a profitable and scalable brand so you can live a life of freedom, doing what God has called you to do and enjoy it and love it and not have to work for anybody else and do what anybody else told you to do because God told you to do what he told you to do. Jalil, what's up, man? It's nice to see you, buddy. I appreciate you. I'm in a mood today. Y'all can tell. You better watch out. I'm gonna throw something at you. You know, I'm just fired up for y'all. You know that? I'm fired up for me. I'm fired up for you. I just really been. You know, somebody was saying to me. I think it was Pastor Paul was saying to me. He's like, man, somebody needs to stop letting Justin go on from vacation because he comes back mad. I'm like, no, I don't come back mad. I come back fiery. Sizzly. I got an extra level of octane in my veins, and I want to pour it on you and just see you getting out there and doing the things that the Lord has called you and told you to do. So anyway, let's get to it. Today we're going to talk about motivation. Not so much motivation, but motivation versus intention. So I want to share with you this morning one very simple secret that will significantly impact your ability to accomplish your goals. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. You know that? I love y'all. So we're wrapping up August. Isn't that crazy? Y'all feel like that's a little bit crazy? What's today? August 26th. Good morning, Jamie. Nice to see you, buddy. August 26th. We're wrapping up the month of August. We're halfway, or I guess we're in the last month now of the third quarter. Doesn't that seem crazy? Seems crazy a little bit. Didn't this year fly by? You know, I was talking to my son. I took my son out for a dad date on Tuesday, and we went golfing. I was talking to him about some stuff, and he's like, you know what's crazy, Dad? He's like, I feel like 2020 took forever, right? Didn't it feel like 2020 just took forever? It was like the longest year in the history of ever. But then 2021 has gone by so fast, man. It's just gone by so quick. Do y'all feel that way? I just feel like this year's gone by so fast, in a good way though, but just fast. So we're rapidly approaching the month of September. Those guys that know me, you're my people. You know, I talk about the month of September all the time. I just get really fired up this time of year. I love it. And so when I think about, man, we're at the end of August and here we are into September. Like, how many of y'all have a goal? How many have goals? Like, maybe how many of y'all have one goal that you're like after right now? Or maybe you have a couple goals that you are really working towards to get to by the end of the year. I've got 3 specific goals that have been my goals for the whole year that I've been focusing on. But I got one goal, one specific goal, one 30-day goal that I am after that thing over the next 30 days. And I'm going to get that thing done. So, you know, I love your hands up. Good morning, Keith. Nice to see you, buddy. When you think about these goals, I think when most people think about goals, what's one of the first things that I think most people think about when they consider, how am I going to achieve that goal? How am I going to accomplish that goal? How am I going to get to the finish line of that goal? I think most people, the first thing that comes to mind is motivation. What do I need to do this time to get or stay motivated and get after those goals? Because, you know, I struggled with X in the past, or I started it in the past and stopped, or how's the word, Tasha, how? And a lot of times that how gets tied to, how do I motivate myself? Because y'all know as well as I do, you can identify a goal that you want to pursue, but then, you know, several days or weeks or maybe a couple months after you set that goal, what happens? The motivation is gone, right? And that's the challenge with pursuing a goal. The challenge with pursuing a goal is maintaining your pursuit of the goal long after the feeling that you started the goal has left you, because you have that feeling, that motivation. I'm driven. I'm fired up. Justin's giving me some octane today that I'm going to get after that thing. But then that fuel fades away a little bit. The motivation starts to fall, and then you're like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really feel like writing today, or I don't really feel like creating today, or I don't know if I really feel like working out today. And then you develop this pattern of defeat and self-sabotage. Interestingly, a lot of people, as they think about pursuing goals, motivation, I think, is the thing that most people are looking for. How do I get that motivation? But motivation is not what you need. So today I'm going to share with you a research study that's super interesting. And I just want to share the results of this research study with you. And it reveals why motivation isn't the key to helping you achieve your goals. And it kind of outlines a very simple strategy that works, and it works well. So that's what I'm sharing with you today. One very simple secret that will simplify, or that will significantly impact your ability to pursue your goal. So first of all, I want to talk about habits. Everybody put habits in the chat stream, because we all got some habits, y'all. We all got some good habits, and then we all got some bad habits. And we'll use exercise as an example, since we can all relate to that. All right. So let's say, like many people, you want to make a habit of exercising consistently. And I might not even say that. I might not say like most people. I might even say that you want to make the habit of exercising, because some people don't really want to exercise, right? But you want what exercise will do for you. You want to feel better. You want to lose some weight. You want to be in shape. You want to have the energy, because we all know these things, right? We've heard it enough over the lifetimes that we've lived so far. We all know that exercise is good for you and it will help you. So I think, like many people, we all know that we want to be healthier beings, but you may not necessarily want to establish the habit of exercising. You don't want to. You might need you need to, but you might not necessarily want to. But then there's some people out there that are actually motivated to work out. Y'all met these people? They're crazy. Like, they want to. Like, they have the desire to, like, be in pain every day. They have the desire to sweat and run. Like how many are runners? I'm very curious. Like, do I have anybody that's watching me live that's a runner? Like, you like running? My son likes to run. I don't understand where he got that from. I hate running. It's miserable. It's an awful thing. I don't know who designed running, but they shouldn't have done that, because I hate running. I'm not designed to run. The Lord didn't create me to run. I'm not a runner. I like walking, though. I like walking. Jamie likes running. See, you're a special kind of creature, Jamie. Some people are just like, they just really like running. And some people just really, really like working out. So the people who actually stick to the discipline of working out and actually achieve their fitness goals do one thing very, very different from everybody else. And we're gonna talk about that. Javon likes to run as well. Well, he must have got that from you. So you guys can go running, and I'll just hang back here and I'll keep an eye on things while you guys go running. Shirley's not a runner either. Oh man, see, that's the thing, right, Celia? And I thought, you know what Celia says on Facebook: running is only fun with toddlers, not on my own. I thought, you know what? I got all these kids. Maybe I'll try to get into running, because my son, likes to run. He does track, he does cross country, he does his sports and stuff. So I'm like, maybe, you know what? That'd be good for me to get out and get some cardio, stretch my legs a little bit. I sit in this chair a lot. I'll go running. And so he's warming up this summer for cross country. So he's like, Dad, you want to go for a run? I said, you know what? Let's go. Let's do that. Let's go for a run. And I'm like, how long are you running? He's like, I'm going to do 3 miles. I said, you are crazy. I'll do 1. So I said, I'll do 1 lap and you can keep going, and I'm going to go pass out. I'll do 1. He's like, all right. And I said, and you just go at your pace, because there's no way I'm keeping up with you. I'm just going to go at my pace. You go at your pace. If you lap me, I don't care. I'm just going to go. I ran 1 mile. Now, I will say that I ran 1 mile. I don't even know. I think it was like 10 minutes or something, which is a decent mile. but I was like, I don't run. Anyway, so let's talk about this research because I don't want to get off track. This is not a broadcast about running. So in 2001, researchers in Great Britain did a case study with 250 people to build better exercise habits over the course of 4 weeks, okay? And each of these subjects, or the group of these subjects, was divided into 3 different groups. The first group was called the control group. All right, everybody put control group in the chat stream. Control group. And they were simply asked to track how often they exercise and for how long. So they were not giving parameters. They were not told you have to exercise for a certain period of time. You have to exercise a certain number of days each week. They're basically just given the instruction. They're just asked to track how often they exercised and for how long. And that was it. All right. The second group was called the motivation group. All right. The motivation group, they were asked not only to track their workouts like the control group, but they were also given instructions for daily motivational content to use throughout each of the weeks. So like just motivational instruction, motivational messages, things that are going to wake you up and motivate you to get out and do what you need to do. So they were given motivational content, and they were given instructions for how to leverage that motivational content to use throughout each of the weeks. All right. And then lastly, there was the third group. And this third group received the same presentation as the second group. And they were also given access to the motivational material that the motivational group was given. However, the motivational material to them was optional. So while the motivational group had to digest the motivational content, the last group was an option. They didn't have to. The difference with this group was that they were asked to formulate a plan ahead of time for when and where they committed to exercising in the upcoming week. Specifically, each member of the third group completed the following sentence when they were doing it. They had to actually identify, I will exercise on X day at X time for X amount of time. So that could be, I will exercise on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4 p.m. right after I get out of work for 30 minutes each day. Right. So they were asked to specify what their plan was prior to going in to the actual exercise week. This group was called the intention group. So we had the control group, the motivation group, and the intention group. All right. So after receiving those instructions, all 3 groups left for 4 weeks, and they didn't get any further instruction after that for 4 weeks. And so after the 4 weeks, they came back and they analyzed the results to see what happened. All right. So in the first group, the control group, 35% of people exercised at least twice per week. I mean, twice per week isn't bad, but 35% isn't very good. So these people were just basically left with, they're just tell us what you're going to do. We're going to do an exercise case study. What would you like to do? Or you don't have to even tell us what you do. Just for the next 4 weeks, we want you to exercise and track what you do. So 35% of people with no instruction and no motivation, 35% of them exercise twice per week. In the second group, the motivation group, 38% of people exercised at least twice per week. And they were instructed every single day to absorb this motivational content. So they actually had motivation just pumping into their veins every single day. And still, they were only 3% better than the people that had no motivation and no instruction. That motivational material didn't seem to have a whole lot of motivational impact whatsoever. The third group, the intention group, 91% of them exercised 3 times a week. More than double what everybody else had done. 91%, 3 times a week. By simply writing down a plan that said exactly when and where and how long they intended to exercise, that the participants in the intention group were so much more likely to actually follow through. It's a matter of intention. So again, motivation had little impact on the actual results. We're not talking about how the motivation made them feel. I want you to get that, because motivation feels good, doesn't it? Like, it's because I'll tell you this right now. I'm sitting here live, and we got all these people that are going to listen to this live and on YouTube and on my podcast. People are going to listen to this, and you're going to feel good in this broadcast. You're going to be like, oh yeah, I need to be more intentional. I'm going to go out and create a plan. I'm going to set a time and place, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to get out there and I'm going to go after my goals. And then you're going to hang up this broadcast and you're not going to do anything. And I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying that's a statistical fact. Because if you do not have a plan for what you're going to do and when and for how long, it won't happen. You have a 30% chance of actually following through on your goal. That's not a very good chance. Like, how many of y'all want a 91% chance of achieving your goal? It seems like a no-brainer, right? Like, I would say, you tell me that, Justin, I want to pursue this goal. I want to write this book. I want to launch this course. I want to create this business. I want to become a paid speaker. I want to, whatever it is that you want to do. And I'll be like, all right, would you rather have a 35% chance of success, a 38% chance of success, or a 91% chance of success? I'm just drinking my coffee a second while you think about that. Right? So you compare these results to how most people talk about making change and achieving goals. Words like motivation and willpower and desire get tossed around a lot, right? But the truth is, we all have these things to some degree, and there's no lack of motivation out there. There's no lack of instructional videos that are going to kind of pump you up and fill you up. But if you want to make a change at all, then you already have some. If you're pursuing your goal and you have something on your mind, you already have some level of desire in you. But desire isn't enough. Motivation isn't enough, right? So that sentence that third group filled stating, I will exercise on these days at this particular time for at least 30 minutes at this particular place, is an intention plan. Jamie says, I want 100% chance of success. I'm right with you there, Jamie. I'm right with you. So I want you to write that down if you're taking notes, or I want you to write that down. I will blank on whatever days at whatever time for however long at whatever place. All right. So, for example, I will exercise on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. in the morning for at least 30 minutes in my living room. Or I will write, maybe you're working on a book. So I'm going to write Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. because that's your sweet spot. Maybe that's when you're the most clear, kids have gone to bed or whatever. I'm going to write Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. for at least 1 hour in my office. You specify exactly what you want to do. You make that plan. And when you make that plan beforehand about when and where you intend to act, how you intend to act, you implement that particular habit. Let me tell you something. I was talking last week about creating mini habits and the power of mini habits. And I talked about, I did this live, so you guys all had the opportunity to access this. I talked about how to, I can't remember the word I used, but basically how to crush an ambitious goal in the next 30 days, something along that lines. If you missed that broadcast, I challenge you to go back and watch it, because it's a spectacular broadcast. And I talked about developing a mini habit, and developing a mini habit is about developing an intention. It's about establishing an intention. And so one of my 30-day goal that I'm working on is I'm creating and building a brand new course that I'll be launching in September. It's called Manifest. I'm super excited about it. Manifest is basically how to act on an idea and create. It's a productivity masterclass for creatives. So all you guys that are creative type people and you have all these ideas in your head, it teaches you exactly how to take those ideas out of your head, form it into a plan, and execute and create something from it. It's called Manifest. I'm super excited. I've been wanting to create this for a long time. And so I finally put a plan in place to do it this fall. So this is my 30-day goal. So I'm in the process of creating Manifest right now. And so when I look at my plan to create this course, I don't struggle with ideas. I don't struggle with putting ideas down on paper. I don't struggle with, creating and building. There's none of that stuff that's in my way. The challenge that I have is that I'm busy. All right. I'm busy. I have a busy business. I also have a busy family. So there's a lot of things going on. And so what I shared with you guys last week is coming out of the summer schedule, the summer season, my routine is off a little bit. Right. And so when I sit down and I map out, all right, I want you to get this part because it's so important, y'all. I want you to get this. When I sit down and say, all right, I have this goal and I want to accomplish this goal, I'm going to create this course. I need to have this course done in 4 weeks. That's a short amount of time. Good morning, Sherry. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for coming in. I want to have this course done in 4 weeks. And so when I look at that, I want you to get this. I cannot create something or aggressively pursue a goal operating in the same routine and the same schedule as I currently am now. Something has to change, right? I can't keep doing what I'm doing right now every single day and expect to add that huge goal to my plate because I have an already full plate, right? So if I want to aggressively pursue something, I have to add a block of time into my schedule. I said add. I didn't say shift. I said add. I need to add a block of time into my schedule, and I got to figure out where that's going to come from. And it has to be progressive. So I can't go blitz and be like, well, I'm going to add an extra 20 hours of work to my schedule this week because that's not realistic. So I started with 8 hours. All right. I started with 8. So this is week 1. This week right now is week 1. So I added 8 hours to my schedule. I'm like, I need 8 hours that I can devote to working on my course this week. 8 hours specifically. And that's a lot, honestly. For as much as that I work already, adding 8 hours to my work schedule in a week is not easy. So I'm going to add 8 hours to my schedule. I'm like, so once I realize I need 8 hours, next week it's 10 hours. Week 3 is 12 and week 4 is 15. That's what my schedule will look like to get this thing done and live. And you'll see me in 3 or 4 weeks launching this course. And so, So to add 8 hours to my schedule, I already have my schedule is already written this week. It's already done. It was prepared before I even gave this broadcast last week. So how do I find 8 hours? I'm like, all right, how can I add 8 hours to my schedule without affecting my family drastically and do something that's realistic? So I'm like, all right, what I can do, a simple step is I can get up earlier and I can give myself an hour each morning. So normally my alarm goes off at 6, and this is kind of what it's been over the summer. My alarm goes off at 6. I'm out of bed at 6:30. I have morning routine from 6:30 to 7:30, and then I'm usually broadcasting at 8 o'clock. That's how my morning routine goes. All right, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to give myself an extra hour each day that's devoted just to this. So I'm going to get up an hour early. Alarm's going to go off at 5. I'm going to be out of bed by 5:30. I'm going to get my morning routine done from 5:30 to 6:30, and I'm going to devote 1 hour every morning from 6:30 to 7:30 to work on my material. Now, that seems pretty basic, right? I just got to set my alarm and I just got to get out of bed. My problem is this, and I bring this up because you can relate to this. Coming out of the summer, I got 4 kids in this house. I got teenagers. My problem is not the mornings. My problem is the evenings. I do not and have not had in a long time, all throughout majority of this year, a consistent evening schedule. Some days we go to bed at midnight. Some days we go to bed at 10, at 11 o'clock. My kids are like, we should go out for ice cream. I'm like, we should go out for ice cream. So we go. And so my evening schedule has been all over the place. I can't stay up till 11 or 12 o'clock with my kids in the evening and then expect to get out of bed at my best at 5 a.m. There's no way. There's no way. So the only way that I can have a consistent morning schedule and to pursue what I need to pursue in the morning and to be fresh and focused and relevant in the morning is I got to establish an evening routine. So I say all that to say I had to set an intention starting this week. My intention, first of all, is I'm going to get up, or my alarm's going to go off every morning at 5 a.m. I will not hit snooze. I turn off my alarm and I take 30 minutes to just kind of, wake my situation up because I do not bing out of bed in the morning when the alarm goes off. I have to kind of process life for a second. So my alarm goes off at 5. I do not hit snooze. By 5, I will be out of bed by 5:30. That is my intention. My intention. Okay, I'm intentional about this. Out of bed at 5:30. I do my normal morning routine from 5:30 to 6:30. And so my intention of what I'm saying in the sentence is that I will work on my manifest course Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 7:30 for an hour in my office. That is my intention. Okay. Now, with that intention has to come many habits. Put many habits in the chat stream. With my intention has to come many habits. So the first mini habit is my alarm will go off at 5 and I will not hit snooze. That's a mini habit. The next mini habit that I have is I have to communicate with my wife that I need to be working on going to sleep at 10 p.m. This week it's 10 p.m. So our goal for my bedtime is 10 p.m. Next week it goes to 9 p.m. because I really want to get to 9 p.m. because I want a full 8 hours of sleep so that I can be as fresh as possible in the morning. So we're not going to go from zero structure or whatever to all of a sudden I'm going to go at 9 o'clock, because honestly, when I'm trying, if I want to be working on going to sleep at 9 o'clock, I've got to be in bed by 8:30. I can't. You just don't fall asleep right away. And if I don't want to be in bed by 8:30, means that about 8 o'clock I need to start getting ready for bed. So whatever your process is to get yourself ready, I have to do that. I've got teenagers around here. So if at 8 o'clock in the evening, I'm like, well, guys, I'm going to start getting ready for bed, they're going to be like, what? Where are you going? At 8 o'clock at night? What the heck are you going to bed for? It's not even dark out. And it isn't actually even dark out at 8 o'clock. And I'll be like, so my mini habit, I have to back this up and realize if I want to be sleeping by 9 p.m., I've got to be in bed by 8:30, which means I got to be getting ready for bed by 8, which means I got to communicate to my whole family, this is what I am doing and why. Everybody put why in the chat stream, why I'm doing it. Because I have to get up early and I have to be focused. And this lifestyle that you enjoy and all this stuff that you enjoy and all these vacations and all the things that you enjoy about my life, all the things that I get to pay for because of this business, means that you need to respect the fact that I will be going to bed at 8 o'clock. You do whatever you want, but I'm going to bed at 8 o'clock, and don't be giving me a hard time about it. And they'll be like, okay, Dad, you got it. All right. So your mini habit has to be the support system to what your intention is going to be. All right. So how many of y'all can put an intention in the chat stream? I would love for you to fill out the sentence, because y'all have goals. I know you do. I asked you earlier, how many of y'all have goals that you're willing to pursue? How many of you have something that you're trying to accomplish? So I want you to put in the chat what your intention is based upon your goal. So my intention to accomplish what I need to accomplish with this course is I will work on my course every weekday morning, Monday through Friday, from 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. for at least an hour in my office. That's my intention. I intend to do that. There's nothing that will stop me from doing that. Now you're like, Justin, you said you're going to do 8 hours. That's only 5 hours, one day a week, Monday through Friday. Correct. The additional chunk of my hours happens on Saturday morning. So my second intention is I will work on my course on Saturday morning from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. this week in the morning. Now, I would normally do 5 a.m. to noon, but this week I have a master class with my inner circle, so I have to be ready for them by 9 a.m. my time. So I will work for 3 hours on Saturday morning, 5 hours during the week, 3 hours on Saturday. That's my 8 hours this week. And I will get through this week, and when I get done, I will have all of my milestones accomplished. And what's cool about this, y'all, listen. I love it. Here's Jamie. Jamie says, my intention is to write from 9 a.m. until 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. In your office, I'm assuming, Jamie. Put that on there too. And you might say, well, of course, but put that on there because some people, some people will leave out details and feeling like it's not a big deal. But I think details matter when you're setting intentions. So be very specific. Jamie, your intention will be, my intention is to write from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday every morning in my office, period. And now this is the other thing that I'll tell you too, is give your goals a chance to succeed, okay? Give your mind a chance to focus. So what I do, knowing that I'm going to come to my office 6:30 in the morning every morning, ready to work on my course, every evening before, I get all of my notes, all of my plans, everything ready for my course, and I have it right here on my desk. My desk is clear. My desk is clean. All my browser windows are shut. Everything's ready so that when I step into this office at 6:30, there is nothing in my space that will distract me from going right to work on my course. And what's crazy about it is that I'm on, what's today? Thursday, right? So I've been doing this for 4 days this week. And I'll tell you, this week is the first time I've been disciplined with my alarm in months because they've been in summer. I've been on vacations. I got all these different things going on, right? So it's been like clockwork. I get right up. I get myself ready. I've been in this office at 6:30, and I get right to work on it. And the funny thing is the amount of work that I have produced this week in 4 hours is crazy. It's crazy. Courtney, are you up there? Courtney! Hey, you're going to go away. Hold, please. Come on, upstairs. Crazy dog. Courtney, will you take care of the dog, please? He's running around like a crazy idiot down here. This is live, and I have a puppy in my house. And my puppy is chasing my cat all around the basement. And my cat is Toby, and he's amazing. But he's all love, and he's slow motion in the morning. He just does his thing. Pearl is not slow motion in the morning. She is crazy. And so she's down here doing a circus act in the basement. It's very distracting. Anyway, so what was I talking about? I was talking about your intention. So the amount of work that I have been able to produce in 4 hours this week is nuts. It's crazy. And what's cool about it, I was sitting here working this morning, just working on all the stuff. I'm actually ahead of schedule, which is super cool. I'm actually ahead of schedule. So I'm mapped out, I've got my course outline here. And so my milestones this week is I want to have the course name finalized, chapters in the outline finalized, my key training points for each chapter written, my course logo and my header graphic created, and my 5-day challenge outline and notes created. That's my outline, and that's 8 hours of work that I want to have done. I am probably 70% through this work in 4 hours. It's crazy. And what's cool about it is, I'm telling y'all, having an intention and having a plan and giving your goals a place to live in your schedule, it changes everything. Because I'm not overwhelmed by this thing. I'm not even like really trying to track my progress. Every day, it's not a matter of I've got to get this done. I've got to get this graphic created. I got to get this far in the course, or I got to get this milestone done. I'm not even thinking that way. It's just I get up every morning. When I wake up, no snooze, out of bed by 5:30. I've got an hour to do my morning routine. I will be in my office at 6:30 to work on my course. And then I sit down and I just pick up where I left off yesterday. And I focus and I work and I give it an hour. And then when I get done, I look at it. So at the end of the day, just because I knew I was having this conversation, I'm going to look at my progress towards what I was working to get done this week. And I'm like, and I'm moving. It's an absolute difference maker. So when you approach your goals and you approach your process on the framework of these are my mini habits and I'm developing this habit and this is my intention, it will change what you absolutely will accomplish because you're giving your goal a time and place to live. So important to understand. So how to follow through with your goals. That's clear. People who make a specific plan for when and where they will perform a new habit are so much more likely to follow through, 91% to be exact. Too many people try to change their habits without changing basic details that are going to make the biggest difference. We tell ourselves, well, I'm going to eat healthier, or I'm going to write more, or yeah, I'll work on that course. You know what? Because this is what happened. The vague approach to this, or the approach that will never. What you've probably been doing is the alternative to what I'm doing now would be to be like, I'm going to give myself an hour every day to work on my course, but I'm not given a specific time, place, and destination for that goal to live. I'm simply saying I'm going to work on my course for an hour a day. How many of y'all have done that before? Where you're vague about it. Because to me, it might say, well, I can find an hour in my day. Let's just kind of see how my day shakes out. But I'm going to give myself an hour a day. But you don't give that goal a time and place to live, right? So you might say, I'm gonna work on my course for an hour a day, or I'm going to eat healthier this week, or I'm going to write more this week. But we never say when, and we never say where those habits are going to happen. We leave it up to chance. Or hope that we're just going to remember to do it, or that we're going to feel motivated at the right time. I have people tell me this, Justin, I don't really like schedule. I don't really like structure. I just have to kind of work off of when I feel the most motivated. Wrong. Because people, this is the thing. This is the other argument. Let me just tackle this one real quick. This is the thing is I'll have conversations with people about schedule and routine, and they'll be like, Justin, I'm just not really a fan of structure. I don't really like structure. That's why I became an entrepreneur. I wanted to have the freedom. Talk about freedom all the time. And I want that freedom. I don't want to have so much structure. Listen to me. Structure enables flexibility. My number one core motivator in my world is freedom. Freedom is so important to me. Freedom. I want to have freedom in my schedule. I want to have freedom in my time, freedom in my finances, freedom with my family to do and live the life that we all desire to live. Freedom is my core motivator. But I'm a very structured person. Those guys that know me, you know me well, that I am probably one of the more structured people you know. I'm very structured because I know structure enables flexibility. Structure also enables productivity. You've got to have structure. So when you have an implementation plan, that sweeps away foggy notions like I want to work out more, or I want to be more productive, or I should go live this week. And it transforms them into a concrete plan of action. And it's a necessity because many people think that they lack motivation. Many people think that they lack motivation and I just don't feel motivated today. No, what you lack is clarity. It's not always obvious when and where to take action. Some people spend their entire lives waiting for the time to be right to make an improvement. But once an implementation plan has been set, you don't have to wait for inspiration to strike. Like, do I write a chapter today or not? Do I exercise this morning or do I do it after lunch? Do I follow up on those emails this morning or should I do it this evening? None of that. You don't have to sort through any of that because as soon as you intend and you set a plan, you know exactly where that action needs to live. You choose what your action is, you decide on when you're going to do it, and you set an intention. Then when the time and place that action needs to occur, there's no need to make a decision. You just simply follow your predetermined plan and you be committed to it. So when I get up first thing in the morning, I don't have to figure out, am I going to work on graphics today? Or am I going to work on writing today? Am I going to work on planning my outline today? Am I going to work on setting up tech today? None of that really matters. All I know is that for an hour, I am going to devote an hour to this project, and I figure out my plan the night before. So when I sit down here, I know exactly what I'm going to work on. It's sitting in front of me, and I go right to work. The simple way to apply this strategy to your habits is to simply fill out that sentence. I will do X at X amount of time in X location. That's it. I will work on my course every weekday, Monday through Friday, from 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. in my home office. That's it. That's my intention. I will exercise for 30 minutes on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. in my living room. I will follow up on my emails for 20 minutes at 3 p.m. on Friday in my car in the school pickup line while I'm waiting for my kids. Give your habits a time and place to live in the world. And the goal is to make the time and location so obvious that with enough repetition, you get the urge to do the right thing at the right time, even if you can't say why. And this is what's cool about it. What's cool about it is over the next 4 weeks, as I am developing this routine and this schedule for working on this course, I'm also developing a schedule and a routine that will go beyond this course. Right? So over the next 4 weeks, as I develop this habit of getting up, going to bed at 9 p.m. every night, getting up at 5 a.m. every morning, out of bed by 5:30, morning routine 5:30 to 6:30, and then I have an hour in the morning to work on something specific. Once this course is done, I can maintain that routine. And then I'm going to maintain that routine to pursue the next goal that I will have. And I'm developing a habit of just having that be the place where my goals live in the morning. All right. It's very, very cool. And so effective. I'm telling you, today we're talking about one simple secret that will significantly impact your ability to pursue your goals. This is it. Now, the best laid plans of mice and men often go astray, says Robert Burns. Right. So what do you do when your plans fall apart? Because plans will fall apart. It's a given. Let's talk about it because it'll happen. So sometimes something will happen and you won't be able to implement a new behavior. All right. No matter how perfect your plan is, there's going to be situations where stuff comes up. So this is my recommendation for you. if you set an intention and you're maintaining that intention, but then something comes up and your intention gets rattled, this is the best time to use an if then strategy. All right. If then. Everybody put if dash then in the chat stream. If then. All right. So you're still stating your intention to perform a particular behavior or to perform a particular action. So the basic idea is the same. This time, however, if something comes up, you simply plan for unexpected situations by using the phrase if then. So for example, if I go pick up the kids from school, let's say I'm really working to be healthy and I'm really working on my diet and my exercise. I'm being very disciplined with what I put in my mouth. All right. So let's say I'm working on that. I go pick up the kids from school and I've got to pick them up here, pick that kid up there, and then I got to get them over to this practice and that practice. And I got like a 30-minute window before I got to run all these kids around. We all know that's a real thing, right? With the kids, you're trying to get them all in all their places. I got 30-minute window. I do not have time to get you guys home for dinner because we're doing all this running around. So let's just go through McDonald's or let's go through Burger King. And so I'll be like, it's not really on the diet, but I'm going to be running around all night. I got to eat something. So let's just go hit fast food. That wasn't a part of my plan. That wasn't a part of my intention. So if I eat fast food for lunch, then I'm going to stop by the store on the way home after I drop all the kids off and get some vegetables, and I'm going to have some vegetables when I get home for dinner. I'm going to eat some celery on the way home while I drive just to get something healthy in my body or something. That's an example. Another alternative would be if mom needs me to call her, all right? If mom sends me a message and says, I need you to give me a call, if I haven't called my mom back by 7 p.m., then I will not chill in my living room and sit on the couch until I do. So if my meeting runs over and I don't have time to follow up on my emails, then I will wake up tomorrow morning 30 minutes earlier and I will do my emails then, right? So when stuff comes up, this is important. Stuff will come up and you have to be able to plan for that. So if a situation, like for me, if something happens, like let's say I wake up tomorrow morning and my intention tomorrow morning is alarm at 5 and out of bed by 5:30, morning routine 5:30, 6:30, and I'm going to work 6:30 to 7:30 on my course, right? Let's say that's my intention. Let's say my alarm goes off at 5:30 or 5 tomorrow morning and I've got a terrible headache. Let's say I got an awful headache. And I know that if I take an aspirin, drink a glass of water, and go back to sleep for an hour, I'll wake up and I'll feel a lot better. So if I wake up at 5 o'clock and I'm like, oh, no way. Like, I can't try to focus and work with this headache. All right. Then if I wake up with a headache, I will take an aspirin, drink a glass of water, and I'm going to go back to bed. I'm going to give myself another hour of sleep. And then I'm going to get my alarm will go off at 6:30. I'll do my morning routine. And then I'm going to commit my first hour after my broadcast to working on my course. If that's possible, I'll have to look at my schedule. Let's say I got to go right into appointments. My first break in the day is at noon. Then the first available hour that I have in the day, I'll work on my course. And maybe that's going to be at noon. So then and this is so important because again, that's still an intention. So if you have a circumstance and you know that there's going to be unexpected circumstances come up when you're operating off of intention, then even when you have something unexpected come up that rattles your schedule a little bit, it doesn't have to rattle your schedule. You can be like, all right, well then if this is going to be the case, then I'm going to do this instead. And you adjust on the fly. Again, structure enables flexibility. And so I can adjust. If you don't plan out your behaviors the way I'm discussing this morning, then you rely on willpower and you rely on motivation to inspire you to act. But if you do plan out when and where you're going to perform a new behavior, your goal has a time and a place to live in the real world. This shift in your perspective allows your environment to act as a cue for your new behavior. So to put it simply, planning out when and where you'll perform a specific behavior turns your environment into a trigger for action. And it's spectacular. And I really challenge you to apply it, all right? The time and place triggers your behavior, not your level of motivation. Motivation is short-lived and doesn't lead to consistent action. And if you want to achieve your goals, then you need to plan for exactly when and how you're going to execute on them, okay? That's what I got for you today, y'all. Was that good? That was good. I know it was good because this is good information and I want you to do something with it. So The next challenge I have for you is to share this with somebody. Like, do you have one person in your world that's trying to pursue a goal? One. Share this with them, will you please? Like, take the link and share it to them. Tag them in the chat stream. If you got somebody that you think needs to watch this, tag them. This will change your world. I tell you what, my mission is to see you moving your feet. I want to see you taking action towards the goals that you want to pursue, and I want to see you producing. I want to see you produce. I'm in this rhythm and I'm in this mode of production, acting on ideas and turning them into actual finished goals. I want to see you get to your finish line. That's why I'm creating this course, Manifest. I'm so excited about it. This is just a taste of what Manifest is going to cover. It's just so good. I'm going to get you moving. So apply, take action, set your intention plan, create a plan. I'm not broadcasting tomorrow because I want to give you time to really think about this, set your intentions, and do the work. All right. So that's what I got for you today. You're all amazing. I appreciate you. I know 51 minutes of your time is so valuable. So be intentional with your time today. Be intentional with the gifting and the ability and the goals and the passions that God has put on your plate. Have a spectacular Friday. Have a great weekend. And I will see you guys all around the web. All right. Take care. God bless y'all. Can see you later.